So, good morning, good morning. How are we all doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my channel. I am Art Walker 170. Welcome, welcome. And I am here inviting you all to learn how to draw fingers, not just hands. Usually I do a lot of tutorials on how to draw hands. However, I think I've missed something there, and I think we should actually start to learn how fingers function, because if you don't know how fingers function, then it's very difficult to understand how to draw hands. So that's what we're going to study today. What I want from you guys is simply that you interact with me on this live. We will be drawing together. It's not just me. I will try and explain what I know about hand drawing. As you can see, I did a little bit of practice here, and hopefully I can explain to you my method to drawing hands in this type of way. So if that helps you, let me know. If you are interested in learning from me or learning with me, that would be great. All I ask you to do is hit the like button. I've got many tutorials on YouTube, so check those out and you will definitely benefit from them, and I hope we can all learn together. So let me grab, or should I use the back? Let me just use the back of this actually. So is everybody ready? So hit the like button if you like what you see. I'm just going to grab another piece of paper actually. Just a moment. I think I've got some paper here. Yeah. So right. So thank you for the follows to all that have already followed. You're in the right place. If you don't know how, so we've got 10 in the room. We've got 10 people in the room. So who cannot draw hands at all? Who cannot draw hands at all? Here, Vanny, Kia, good. That's what I like to see. Good. So there's 3 of you. Anyone else that cannot draw hands at all? It's very important for me to know. Stick hands. So that's halfway there. Just cannot draw 3D. Okay. So roughly there's about 6 people out of the 16 that are in the live now that are struggling with hands. So even though this tutorial is about drawing the fingers, I'm going to show you very, very quickly how to draw the hand, right? So let's draw the hand. And I'm going to bet you all in 10 minutes you will understand how to draw hands. So we're going to have a virtual bet. Who's virtually betting with me? And if you like what you see, hit the like button. I keep forgetting to say that. Thank you, Fair. I really appreciate that, mate. I really do. Sometimes I think it's a loveless endeavour, but when people say things like that, it's very inspirational. Thank you very much. Please hit the like button and share the live. You know, generate the interest. As you know, I do this for free, right? And I want to keep it for free. So virtual bet. Everyone that is 52 in the room now, I guarantee you in 10 minutes from now, you will be able to draw hands. Then we'll get on to drawing fingers and stuff like this. The crazy stuff, right? So it's going to jump. We're going to go quite fast today. So get your pen and paper ready. We're going to start. So let's call it, well, we're just going to wait until it turns to 8:57. So I'm sure it's going to have, oh, have I got one of these for the face? I did one the other day, 2 days ago. You have to check my YouTube channel. Check my YouTube channel. I did one literally on the face, but I've got a bet on now. I've got 61 people in the live, and in 10 minutes I will teach you how to draw hands. So let's go. Let's just call it 56. So what does this look like to you? What does that look like? Let's go, Joe. What does that look like? I'm gonna tell you what that looks like. It looks like a crooked house, because I want this to move fast today. So it looks like a crooked house. It's a house that's tilted on the side, right? Exactly. So let's call it a crooked house. All I'm going to do is add a triangle to the side here, right? So crooked house, whoops, and triangle. So now, basically, don't forget these two things, right? 1 and 2. Don't forget. You will never go wrong again. Everywhere you see me draw a circle, that is a spherical object, and that, in turn, will be a knuckle. So literally, we have this. That's literally what we've got without the thumb here, right? Now, everywhere you see me draw a line, that is a finger. So I'm adding all the fingers to the hand and the thumb for that matter, right? Varying the lengths, obviously, we have to vary the length. Then I'm going to add the additional joints. One, like so, a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, little bit lower, lower still, lower still. We literally have our Terminator hand like that. So now, obviously nobody's hand actually looks like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bulk out the hand and the fingers with cylinders. So I'm going to add a cylinder to every wireframe bone that we've got here. This is going to help us later on when we're drawing the fingers, right? So this is why it's important that you understand the mechanics, what I use to draw hands, right? And then simply we add our skin, muscle, and so on around our frame here. And this is a drop the pen moment. I showed you that in 3 minutes. Okay, you're going to follow me anyway. That's nice, Kira. So there you go. Jay, I've blown Jay's mind. That is all we've used. All we've used are lines, circles or spheres, and cylinders. So who can draw now? Who can draw hands now? Show me the money. Show me the money. Who can draw hands now that couldn't before? Please confess. It's not that difficult, is it? See, it's the best way ever. The crooked house, remember, crooked house. Remember the triangle. And then you've got this. Then you've got literally this. And that's, after that, it's plain sailing. Right? So, now we've got, I will practice tomorrow. Definitely practice tomorrow. Practice every day. Look at me. I'm practicing every day, right? So here we've got a hand that you can see looks a little bit more skeletal, right? But that's how, if you're not familiar with my work, right? I do, when I'm doing my lives, they get a little bit crazy and I draw a little bit messy sometimes. I agree. I definitely agree to that. However, when I'm not in hyper mode, live mode, I draw like this, right? So you know what you're dealing with. Ah, that's all right, mate. Artificial, no problem at all, mate. Appreciate you still. 3 o'clock, that is really, really, really late. Have a good sleep, mate. Thank you for joining me anyway. So what we've got here is, this is actually drawn in a live, right? So, and it's been drawn, I drew this with a Bic, right? So that's the level that we're dealing with. When you're working with me, you're working on this type of level. So that's what we're going to learn today. As you, before I put it away, as you can see, what we've just learned here is pretty much this. However, the level that I've taken it to here is totally different. But this is the level that you really have to understand first, right? So this is more important than that. Good. Anyone got any questions about that? And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you lost the bet, actually, if you lost the bet, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'm expecting at least 6 subscriptions. And if you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel and you do know how to draw hands, I'm going to have to release the dogs. I'm telling you, mate, I know some dangerous dogs. I'm going to release them if you don't follow me. And then when you ask me a question, I'm going to pretend I didn't see your question. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. To all those that are hiding in the background and not subscribing, and now they've learned something, I'm going to remember your name. I'm going to screenshot you. And then I won't answer your question. Ever, ever, ever. You're going to be blocked. Dreamcatcher, I'm teasing all the time. So, we are here to learn to draw fingers, right? So, we quickly went over the crooked house and the triangle, right? So now, remember, what we have here is a 3-dimensional object, right? It's not flat. Our hands are not flat. We've got surfaces, right? Top, front, and bottom, right? We've got many surfaces. So this is how you have to look at, say, for example, if I take this finger here, thank you, Jay, for subscribing already, and I draw that finger from the top, it looks flat, right? As you can see, it looks flat. However, if obviously we don't want to keep drawing hands always like this. We want to draw hands in different positions, right? So what you have to do is remember this red line that I drew here, right? This red line is really, really, really important, right? So let's go here. So this joint here, we're talking about this joint here. Right, so everyone draw a spherical object, please. And thank you to all that have now followed. That is much appreciated. That is really nice. That is Ambi, Thomas, and Marinella or something. Can't read your name. Marinella. Fon. That is very nice of you. And if you like this video, I've got 70 on YouTube. 70. Covering all aspects of the human body. So you can benefit from that 100%. So has everyone done that? So what we need to do now, as you can see, I switched pens, right? We've got the cylinders here. They look like rectangles. However, we're going to draw them like cylinders, like so. So that here is this section here. The lower part of the finger here. Right here. Has everyone drawn that? Jay, Jay's on it, mate. He's on it. Oh. On my way. Cheers, Plex. I'm gonna call you X. I can't be bothered. It's too early, mate. It's too early for complicated names. Buller, iceberg. Has everyone drawn this? So what's missing now? What else do I need to add? I'm going to see if you guys are awake because it's quite early for me. What do I need to add here? What do I need to add here? Brilliant. Mickey. Brilliant. So that means not the other joints, the other joint. Just one joint, right? The other joint. And then we'll add another cylinder. Don't worry too much about the size yet. Not too much. That will come later on. Then we add another joint, as you said, Mickey. Then we add another cylinder. You see that? So now we have a finger that is bending like this. As I said, don't worry too much about the proportion yet. Not yet. And if you are struggling with proportion, excuse me, this distance here is the same as here, roughly. See? So, see that? like so. That is the distance that you need. So when I'm drawing it, I always monitor this distance here, between here and here, and here. And they should be roughly the same. They should be roughly the same. But obviously here I've done it a bit scrappy. But they should be, that should be actually here. And then it looks even better. So this distance here is roughly that there. Holy Bee, I'm glad to see you again. You were with me yesterday. And another thing, I'm going to guarantee you all, in the next 30 seconds, you're all going to be putting your hands on your faces. How about that? Your face. If you're drawing a character, you can measure the hand size, because the hand should go over the face. So if you've got hands too big, so this is a good measuring tool. Good measuring tool. So I bet you've all put your hands on your face. Everyone's sitting there like that. Thank you, Holy Bee. Nice to see you. Have a lovely sleep. And this is being recorded, so if you want to check this out later on, in your time, feel free, you know, Art Walker. So did everyone put their hand on their face to see, to gauge how big they draw their hands on their characters? Okay, Jay. Take care, no problem. See, Mickey put his, I don't know if it's a female, male, female, hand on the face. That's how you do it. So look, right, the goal is now to understand how to draw fingers, right? So there you go. This is our goal today, right? So we've got complicated, and then we go simplified. I say simplified. This is, you know, loosely, because that is quite complicated, because I've got many lines, but what we're going to do is break it all down now. That's good to know. I struggle with proportion. Yes, the hands are a great measuring tool for many things. The hands, you can use that a lot. So let's remember, I said that this red line is very important here, right? So if I draw, I'm going to use, so let's draw one joint, right? This is the main joint here. And then I'm going to draw this red line going upwards. Everyone knows that's a joint. Going downwards. Everyone knows this is a joint. And then we have the finger, right? Now, what do I add next? What do I add next? Thank you for the follows. Baya and Abenzer. Too early, mate. Can't get the names right today. What do I add next to this here? Welcome, Foolie. And thank you to all those that are hitting the like button. Ah, Mickey, you got it, mate. Yes, the cylinders, yes. I get what you mean, Mr. Savage. But we're going to add, exactly, we're going to add, you could almost say it's the bone. You could actually say it's the bone of the finger, right? So we're going to say cylinders, and then bang, look at that. We have this. Yeah, but that's something you have to research. We're going to stick to, I can help you with that, but not on this live stream. So this is what we've got here. And then underneath, in theory, underneath here, that should be, what would that be? Even though it's getting a bit messy now. What would that be now? You're welcome, XP. Yes, exactly. That would be the palm of the hand. That would be our crooked house. This would, in theory, be our crooked house. Wicked. We are moving fast. We are moving fast. I like that. So now, let me show you something here. We've got our major knuckle here, right? Major knuckle here. And then we've got subsequent knuckles. So let's call this one 1, 2, and 3, right? I hope you can see that, right? So that's knuckle 1, that's knuckle 2, that's knuckle 3. So this is knuckle 1. This is knuckle 2. This is knuckle 3. Right? So now, I said to you that this red line is very, very important. So let's add that red line. Make sure you add it to the top and middle of this spherical object. The top and middle. And further. What do I do now? I add my... Let me see if Mickey's sleeping or awake, or if I'm confusing anyone. What do I add now to that? What have I drawn here, in fact? Wicked. Wicked. Watch this. Here, I've made it get gradually wider. Because now we have a finger that is in perspective. It's being foreshortened. So what we have to do is this section or this cylinder is slightly smaller. This cylinder is slightly larger. And then this cylinder is larger still. You see that? You see that? So if you like what you see, please hit the like button. How many we got in the chat? 75. Not bad at all. Please hit the share. That's the best one for me. Share if you care. Because I don't have much hair. I'm joking. That was really a dad joke, and I didn't really mean to say that. That was terrible. That was really bad. Worst joke in the world. I'm good, Nelsy. And you? Thank you for sharing, little G. That is, you are a top G, little G. Did everyone get that? Did everyone get that? Because that's important to understand, and then we can go into multiple fingers, right? Multiples. That's where we're going next. Right? So now what we've literally got here. You're not too well. It's the weather. Yeah, it's terrible here. The weather's absolutely terrible here. So, yes, it gets progressively smaller because the knuckle is further away. So in theory, we could, if that was, I'm trying to think, which finger could that be? This one. Then we would have, got the wrong pen, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and as you can see, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we have a wicked foreshortened hand like that. See that? Isn't that amazing? Everyone's probably thinking, no, it's not that amazing really, mate. Not that amazing. Well, it would be like that for every finger because you have to imagine that the hand would be smaller. Let's look at that again. So say, for example, let me just wait, just because maybe I'm moving a bit fast. If you like what you see, hit the like button. I've only got 10,000 likes. No, I'm joking. That's quite nice, actually. That's quite a good number. 100,000 would be even better. But I don't think we're going to get that today. I'm joking. Ready? Anyone got any questions? Anyone got any questions? Before I move on, or otherwise, I'm going full steam ahead as we do. Does it still apply if the hand... It always applies. Perspective always applies. Anything that goes in the distance gets smaller. And the smaller you make it, the more drastic it becomes. So, for example, I'm going to try and think of a really, well, yeah, I could make the hand small, but then it looks really extreme. But say, for example, if this is a person, a really small person, and I draw the same sort of hand, so let's draw the finger coming like this, and then we've got the knuckles here. You've got this person. Yeah, I think I've got the finger on the... It's on the wrong side. I've drawn it on the... Oh, hold on. I can save it. The arm is on this side. I've just saved it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that was almost a fail. Big fail. And I'm sure someone would have spotted it and slaughtered me because of that. So there you go. Now we've got a person standing here, and they're going like this, way, way, way back. Can I draw Goku? I'm sure I could. I can draw pretty much, not every one of them, but I think I could. If I had the time. If I want to, then I will. But that's extreme, right? That's extreme perspective where someone's got their finger like that. Yeah, so that's what we're aiming for. Good. So now we've kind of understood foreshortening, which is important, right? So now we're going to, if I draw, remember this is about fingers, drawing fingers, right? So let's try and draw something like this. If I draw this, what does this mean to you? What does that mean to you? Not sure. Just stick to the... Let's keep it clean, everyone. Let's keep it clean. So, Colin, you nailed it. Overlapping knuckles. Overlapping knuckles. You see that? Basically, that's what we've drawn here. So, like I said to you before, if I add this center line, so if I add this center line here, and then I add another joint here, I was about to say that, oh, you'll be all right. And then I add, excuse me, but then we add another finger here. I'm losing my flow a little bit, excuse me. Always running it through the center. Now we've got the wireframe for I don't know what SRR. What are you doing? Don't be coming in my live and messing it up, you know, mate. Because I'm not like that. I hope you're being decent, because I will just jet people out. I hope you're being kind. Good morning, mate. How you doing today? I'm good. So now what we do is we add this red line again here. We add sphere, we bend it around our sphere, and then we add a third joint here, and then we bend it around the sphere again. So that center line you draw is the the center line that you draw. Hold on, I'm gonna see the... Yeah, because it's going to help us later on to navigate. When you draw, if you imagine, when you draw something complicated, like if you've got this center line here, we can't see the center line here because it's going backwards. It helps us to navigate where the center of the finger is. Do you see what I'm saying? Like here, the center line is here. It curves around here, but it goes back into the finger here. You don't see it. So that's important, and it's quite tricky to work out. Like here, center line is here, runs down here, it goes back into the hand here. That is really, really crucial to understand. No, we're just drawing hands, mate. Just hands. Let's just stick to hands. So, now what we do is we add our cylinders again. And now we have a very, I wouldn't say very simple, but we have a simple hand. Let's add the hand. That would be going back here, right? So we've got this. I haven't added the thumb, obviously, but you can see that you can take that to the next level quite easily because you've mapped out where everything belongs. And you've got your nice overlapping knuckles. You can add your folds in your hands and stuff like that. And that is a good basis for hand drawing and finger drawing, because this is about finger drawing today. As you can see, it goes quite fast. No problem, SRR, no problem. Bye, Art Walker. Have a great day, Nelsy. Nice to see you. I am going to keep teaching. It's very, very good guideline. So expressive. Do you do these subconsciously now? Subconsciously? What do you mean? Do you mean without reference? If that's what I mean, yes. I draw everything without reference. And thank you very, very much for the gifts. That is Cadam, Julius J, Red Heron. Thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. Yes, and I did a perspective tutorial 2 days ago. So if you want that, check my YouTube channel. I did 2-point and 1-point perspective. So this is going to help you a lot. And if you're not subscribed, you should. That would be great. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would help me if I'm helping you. As I'm hoping I am. There are 57 in the room. Much appreciated. Wow, 25,000 likes. That is unreal. Thank you to all that have actually contributed to those likes. That is really, really nice of you. And anyone got any questions? Let's break the internet. And thank you very much for the follows. Tweaks and Cadam and Smoky Skills. Why am I so kind? Because we're living in a horrible world. I don't see the point. Unfortunately, if I help you, I don't even know who's in this live. But if I help you, you might one day recommend me to somebody else. Who knows? Yeah, we can touch quickly on skin. We can touch on it quickly. Earth Angel. Oh, thank you, man. Oh, thank you, Deji. I do it, mate. I'm powered by I'm powered by another power. So I've never been greedy and horrible, and you know, I'm a giver, and this is what the world needs. We've got enough greedy people out there, and we've got enough selfish people out there that would rather die than to share things. I'm just not like that. But you guys have to support me. That's all I ask you, to hit like buttons, subscribe. It costs you nothing. I like people. Oh, nice. Oh, I do have a hidden agenda, if I'm honest. No, I don't really have a hidden agenda. But if you guys support me, this is, I suppose, my hidden agenda, then I can keep this going. I want to keep this going for free. I want to. And I don't know how long I can keep it up for if I don't generate or if you guys don't generate the interest, then I could just do this on my own and not really worry, Yes, I do draw professionally. I suppose you could say that. Yeah. So that's Marion. I hope you didn't misunderstand my hidden agenda. I suppose in a way we've all got a hidden agenda. I always love the art of anatomy. You've come to the right place. You've come to the right. I haven't done one for a while, and I'm gonna do one soon. Actually, the human body is one of my favorite things to draw, and this is a sketch that I drew a few months ago. But so if you like stuff like that, then you are in the right place, because I'm gonna do more on this kind of anatomy stuff, hardcore anatomy. And I'm just gonna grab something quickly. I could just show you, just digress for a quick second. There you go, that's that one. So we're gonna, if you follow me, I've got the wrong drawing, sorry. If you follow me, you can learn hardcore anatomy and then how to apply it with pencil and so on. Oops, it's reflecting a little bit. You don't have to be that extreme, but if you're designing your own character, like I was kind of messing around with character design myself, and you want to draw a cool, I don't know, this is my version of Black Panther, then that's how you do it. Or that's how I do it. There you go. So that's when you learn anatomy, then your artwork can look a little bit more like that. Good. Okay, let's get back to the hand drawing and finger drawing, right? Finger drawing, actually. That was the agenda. So, like I've shown you before, I'm going to take this very, very basic scrappy drawing here, and I'm going to turn it into a hand, right? Turn this finger into a finger with skin and so on. So what you have to remember is that I haven't shown it here, but usually around the joints, the fingers are slightly wider. I'm half a doctor. I've heard that before as well. That's interesting. So what we have to do is remember that usually, not all the time, it's not very obvious, but around the hands and the joints, it slightly gets thicker, right? Because of the joint. And usually, like when you can't get a ring off, it's usually around the joints here. So this is where, if we're going to fine tune this scrappy sketch, right, which is going to be good, because you can see how you can take something as scrappy as this and turn it into something quite interesting. I want to add the skin to this, right? So obviously the skin, we don't have these deep cavities here. So I'm going to soften that, all right? And skin's not that thick, so we don't have to go far away from what we've drawn before. I'm just going to follow these knuckles and come down. All right, smooth that off here, like so. And then we've got our main knuckle here. So I'm going to go up, flatten it out a little bit here, and then jut it slightly out here. Just very slightly. The more you jut it out, the more bony. You have to be careful not to make it too bony, right? And then here again, when I get to this joint here, I'm going to slightly bulge it and bring it back towards the nail. And then again, I'll do that all the way around here, right? Like so. What's the time? I'm running out of time. Like so again. And at this point, I would definitely recommend getting reference images as well, right? So like when you look at the middle of the hand here, you have these slightly small, not cracks, but folds, just like so. So we fold it slightly here. We'll fold it slightly here. And then we'll fold it. No, here we don't need because it's stretching out. Excuse me. And then we add the lower part of the finger here, right? And here you have to think about where the folds may occur. So as opposed to going outwards here, we go inwards. So it represents a little bit of a crease that is possibly here, that is showing here. And so on, and then so. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. And then we go a little bit further, we add our finger tip. Yeah? Is everyone getting that? Yeah, well, this is pretty... Placing the nail, you just have to remember that the finger it's a curved object, right? So if we've got our cylinder here, as you can see, I've curved it here and I've flattened the tip of the finger. So then you have to think, where is the joint? And the fingernail is roughly the midpoint here. And then you've got your nail. So that's what you look at your own hand and measure things and think, how does that look? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, that's a bit crooked. Let me soften that line there. It's not so straight. That's how you add it. And make sure you add a little bit of a thickness to your nail as well. Then you got it. Pretty much. Simple as that. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please help me and do that. Because I don't get paid on TikTok. Unfortunately, they don't pay me for this. And, you know, it would be nice if I would get something for it. That's why I've opened a YouTube channel. Yeah, I've got a couple of new videos to post up, actually. From yesterday, and obviously this one from today I'll do as well. As a finger drawing. So anyway, let's keep going. Now, the key part of this, when you're adding, if you look at this finger, at the moment it's very flat. It's very flat. What do I mean by that? Because it hasn't got any hatching. It hasn't got any shading. So when you start to shade your fingers or your hands, that's when it's going to starting to come to life. Like here, we have to show where areas are in darkness and where areas are in light. Right? With the pencil, it's a lot different. It's a lot easier with the pencil. However, we can still do it with the pen. So now it's very one-dimensional and very flat. You got to go to bed, Colin. Okay, take care, mate. It's your daily practice. Yeah, you're getting good, mate. It's going to pay off. Perseverance is the key, mate. Exactly. So let's add a little bit, but let's be cognizant as to where are we going to add this shading, right? So what I would suggest is you think about the shape of the bone underneath the skin. That helps you purely because we know the bone goes inwards like so. So this gives us a good idea as to where the bone is at its peak at the top here. And then we can add one layer of shading. And now our flat finger actually has a body to it. Have a nice day, Colin. You too. You too. Is everyone getting that? Simple Engine, are you getting this? And thank you to all those that are hitting the like button and subscribing to my YouTube. That is much appreciated. And sharing, I should say. Excuse me. Is everyone getting that? So now I'm going to add some more. Light source is coming from here. All right. So that means we add shading always to our left side, so to say. That gives us a nice, accurate light source on one side of our pointing finger. And if I say so myself, that looks pretty cool actually. We could actually add some folds to the top of the hand. Excuse me, to the top of the finger. And then I'm going to go one level of shading deeper here. And then we've got quite a cool looking finger. We're going to go darker here under the nail and under here. I'm going to add a little bit here. See, now you see I'm just adding some random spots of shading where I know it's going to be slightly indented. And that's how I would do it. Definitely under the hand here, we need a lot of shading here because the light's coming from the top, and that's how we could draw that. Good. Right, so we're running out of time, so I'm going to leave the last 5 or so minutes to you guys for any questions. I hope I can answer them. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll get all of them, but if I do, I'm happy to help. So there you go. Where is the thumb? Where do you think the thumb is, doo-doo water? Where do you think it is? Is that a trick question? How you doing, Penciletti? And thank you for the follow, Eliana. Has anyone got any other question? Where is the thumb? Are you serious? Are you serious? Look at your hand and look and wonder where the thumb is. If you were to hold your hand like this, where would it be? I haven't drawn it, obviously. Obviously, yes. I haven't drawn it. The thumb is not there because I haven't drawn it. Like here, the thumb and the other fingers are not here because I haven't drawn it. If you understand what I mean. I just haven't drawn it. Not sure what to say about that. There's only 2 fingers here and there's only 1 finger here. There's only 1 finger here. What is the... I don't get what you mean. Not about the stream, but no, I don't have a live schedule because I'm a little bit of a chaotic animal. I like to just join lives when I fancy joining lives. Unfortunately, I should have a schedule, but I don't have one. So, but if you join my Discord, you will be informed as to when I'm online. Thank you, Marlon. Anyone got any questions about what... And with regards to where the thumb is... The thumb is there, but it's behind here somewhere. I haven't drawn it. Thank you, Marlon. That's much appreciated. You know what, Marlon? I hope you will become that. No, in fact, I don't hope you will. I hope you become better than that. I hope you become better than that. And then one day you might remember me and you say, oh, I remember this guy online. I'll be old and I'm already old and grey, really grey. I'm going to be even older and even greyer. I'll probably sit in there dribbling. I hope not. I hope not. Any questions, by the way? Anyone got any questions? No, no, doesn't look like it. Rasta Sam, what? Rasta. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. So, quickly. I'm going to say, remember certain things, right? I haven't touched on it before, but like you can see here, you can see my crooked house is here. You see that? You can see my crooked house is here. Right? You can see my crooked house is here, but you have to understand that the crooked house is tilted. It's like an object. If you imagine we've drawn it flat like this, right? Let me use a different color pen just so we have some kind of coordination. You see that? This is our crooked house tilted. This is also our crooked house directly from the side. That's what you see. When you look at it from here, you see it like that. You're not going to see every single finger. You're not going to see every single thumb. If I was to add the thumb here, I would have to work out, okay, where would the thumb be? It would probably be behind there somewhere or underneath there. Do you see what I mean? You have to work that out yourself. Is the thumb roughly here? Yeah, it could be. I just didn't add it. It's just, for me, it's a small detail. Your first artwork. Oh, that's cool. Exactly. You have to imagine that this thing here, this crooked house, this palm, we're going to have to tilt it. We're going to, let me draw a palm that is looking upwards, like so. I just draw my crooked house going upwards. Obviously, if you can see the thumb, you add the thumb. If you can't see it, in many cases here, you wouldn't be able to see the thumb. If this is the smallest finger here, and then we have another finger here, we're seeing, every time we're seeing less. So we got 1, 2, 3. We probably won't even see the fourth at all, or we just see a little part of the knuckle, for argument's sake. The thumb, you're not going to see it. Or if you do, you're only going to see part of it. So that's why I didn't get your question about where is the thumb, because you don't necessarily see every finger or thumb. Do you see my point? There you go. That here, you wouldn't really see the thumb. That is something you just have to graft, right? That is something where you just draw a shape like that. And obviously you have to understand the mechanics of the thumb. You know, the thumb can drop quite low. Do you see what I mean? It can, I don't know, let's say it goes out here, but it drops down quite low. You can actually draw the thumb here. Do you see what I mean? It's quite a flexible joint. And that's something you're going to have to practice. And it will stick. But you have to understand the mechanics of it and the limits of it. Yeah? That's what I mean. It's a tricky, the thumb, especially like here, you have to think, where is it behind this finger? Let me think about that. I have to think about, okay, let me think where the rest of the palm is, right? So let's say our crooked house is here because it wasn't finished, right? So this is going to help you, because then that tells me the thumb has to be roughly here. And then I could probably, I'm just going to add it here. So we've got this. Do you see what I mean? But you have to have the whole hand. You have to imagine if that hand, the palm was tilting downwards, we would see even less of it. So then I know roughly the thumb would be here. You get me? Good. I'm glad you you understand. And as I said, the thumb, you can tilt it quite low. Yeah, I would almost say 90 degrees, right? Yeah, you could almost say 90 degrees. It could actually be right under here. There you go. Good stuff. So, Deji, come on, Deji. You got the fist. Look. The fist is the easiest thing in the world to draw. Easiest thing in the world. Deji, I'm disappointed. Disappointed. But what you have to do is think about, if you've got your fist, your crooked house, that's it. That's all you need to know. You got your fist. That's all you need to know. Look at the fist as a basic primitive shape. Think of the fist as a crooked house that is closed up like that. If you think of it as a crooked house, again, like that, let's push that forward a little bit. All you have to do is add your knuckles. And obviously the knuckles stack in a certain way. Some knuckles are bigger than others. Let's go bigger here, smaller here. Then we add our cylinders exactly the same way. And then we add our details. Yeah? Look at your own hand. And you know what you do? You photograph your own hand. Get someone to photograph your hand just so you can see, oh yeah, this knuckle. Yeah, you know, just to familiarize yourself, and it will come. And as I said, look at the fist as a full item, a full block, and then break it down. Joint. So, people, I have to go. Thank you to all that joined me. I hope you enjoyed that. Stick to the first stages, crooked house, triangle, and then you got it. Mickey, thank you for joining me. You were here right at the beginning, and I'm sure it helped you. So if it did, please hit the like button. Tell your friends. Share the love, mate. Share the love. Thank you so much. You're more than welcome. You have to eat as well. We're all tired now. We'll have a break. We might even see each other later on because I've got the day off today. So I'll probably do another 2 today. Good evening. Yes, and I will be posting this on my YouTube and TikTok. And as you can see, this is all reference free as well. Everything that I've drawn is reference free. So if you want a really good understanding of how to draw the hand, learn to draw it without references. Because then when you get the reference, you'll be flying. Because the answers are right on the paper in front of you. Art Walker. Like Luke Skywalker. Art Walker. Have a lovely morning, and I'll hope to see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.